Welcome to Ties. Today I have with me Miss Ayushi Chaturvedi. She's the founder of Big Little Hood, a startup, and she's a lady and a mother who is creating something really impactful for other working mothers out there. Welcome, Ayushi.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, just to begin with our conversation, what is Big Little Hood?
Big Little Hood is a village for young families where aspiration of a young modern parents are taken care of while their children are in the best of nurturing space. Our teaching experience, our working with children and families has helped us design a space which is appropriate for a young family, for a young child to a 4 or 5 year old and a young mother who can work and be comfortable and just relax while your child is taken care of.
So, is it like a co-working place?
Yeah, it's a co-working space and also a place where young parents can have offline hobby clubs. They can just come and read a book. They can also sip their coffee hot while it's hot. So a place to come together in community. We also do postpartum circles, full moon circles, dad clubs. So it's a small community space, and co-working of course is one of the highlights of how parents are using it currently.
So, maybe we can say it's a co-working place where we can carry along our kids and
Yes.
keep them engaged in
Yes,
different
yes.
activities.
The idea is to not separate the child early. So the parent doesn't have to make a choice that should I leave my child in a random daycare, or should I give my child a phone, or should I just let my child be with another help or nanny.
Right.
So your child can be still close to you, and you can also continue with your life in different capacities, with slowly, like a 3-month-old might have a different need, a 6-month-old might have a different need, and so on. So yeah.
You know, Ayushi, I personally know a few people who have left their kids with nannies, and those nannies were, I'm not sure whether all of them are like this, but they gave some kind of medicine to the kid so that the kid sleeps throughout the day and their works get lesser. So, in this situation, I feel your startup is really making, a change and providing something that is needed. But how did this idea came into being?
So me and my co-founder, we both met while teaching in a Waldorf school, and we both were very passionate of working with children and families. Unfortunately, during COVID, the school had to shut down, but we came up with this idea, and organically we started working with parents, and a studio space and a play area and a cafe space all came together under one roof, and it became almost like a second home slowly for the existing community we had. And slowly now it is, thousands of people come for different events. In once a month we have seasonal events for drop-in play hours, for drop-in day passes to work. So it's slowly growing. We want to now grow this into different neighborhoods in Delhi NCR, and reach more families and reach more young parents, to give them this option that now you have an option to be, and not choose out of the current available inefficient options.
So Ayushi, the product is unique and it is a bit new to our country. But how is audience behavior? Are they receptive about this idea?
They are receptive because somewhere they all understand the need. Slowly they are also creating content to educate them of how important and crucial it is to be the parent you want to be. So there is awareness, there is receptive, but it's a slow process. We are there, and the idea that we are not an online space, we are a physical space, is to tell parents that we are here. So it takes a while, but it is slowly growing on people to make it a habit to be in this third space. Apart from work or house, there is a third space where you can be as a family. Yeah.
So, the idea is because you are also a mother, so the idea is driven by emotions. But when you actually start a business, come up with a startup, it takes a lot of efforts, and the much needed thing is finance. And as far as I know, Big Little Hood is bootstrapped. So, what were the challenges, like the initial challenges of a bootstrap startup?
Yeah, it was a whole new game of learning, honestly. We had so much of real construction happening. We had to design our own space. We had to get in vendors for children's toys. We had to do everything together. And of course, because it's such a new startup, we want to also create a proof of concept that, hey, this is functional, this is profitable, and we have proved it right. and now we are ready to raise funds, and we now want to grow this, our little venture and offer it to more people. So I think somewhere the effort is materializing, and we have loved creating it. It's been such a journey to convert a parking space into a family space, so it's been a beautiful journey. Yeah.
You know, gender inequality is a subject that has always been there, and when we talk about startups, we cannot ignore the concept of gender inequality. So you are a founder and your co-founder is also female. So when you go out and introduce yourself, so do you think that there is a difference in the mindset when dealing with a female founder and a male founder?
Yeah, there is, but I think also, like, today has been a beautiful day. I've been able to meet a lot of women investors in the TiE event. So, and they could all relate with it of how difficult it is. I mean, whoever were mothers. So, I think I've had a good start to because people do understand how women are really making their way into into an industry or into a format of startups. But our industry is basically caregiving, right? Our industry. So I think who knows better, than women to care for children or to care for families. So I think we have a bonus there of knowing what we are doing. And yeah, we are all passionate about it's a heart space for us. So yes.
So coming from the entrepreneurship part of it to your personal journey, you are playing multiple roles. You are a mother, you are an entrepreneur, and then you are a daughter, a wife, different roles. How do you manage all it together?
It's crazy. It's not easy. Every day is a new day, and I'm learning, getting better at it. I'm just fortunate that my own child is is able to be with me throughout the day. I think that's a blessing. Even when grandparents want to meet, I bring them to Big Little Hood, because there's no other place that the child will feel at home, because the mother is also here. And it is crazy. I have my husband who's also a entrepreneur, so we live our own crazy life, but it's rewarding in a way to do something of your own so far. Yeah.
So when you started, like when you introduced your idea to the family and to your peers, what was their reaction, and how did you decided that I want to give up the regular job and come up with a startup?
It's been a journey, I think, because I have also always chosen to do something from my heart. I left working with UNICEF to start teaching. So there were questions all along the journey. So by the time I could start Big Little Hood, they already thought that I was crazy. So, but yes, this crazy has paid off. I have been fortunate to have support of my parents and family all together. So yeah.
That's great. Also, like Ayushi, like we are privileged enough that we have the knowledge and the resources around us to start with it. But then we also have females sitting in tier 2 and tier 3 cities who wants to do something, but they don't have the resources, and they also fear to start, to break that ice. So what will be a few tips from you as an entrepreneur to the aspiring entrepreneurs out there? Like, how should they begin?
I'm too, I think, young to say that or to comment that, honestly, because the challenges a women faces in tier 2 might be more social, might be more generational issues of perhaps living in a joint family or perhaps living in a more restricted environment. So there's more of a social battle there, I feel. And I think if your partner is with you, then it just gets better. And I think more women friends, like more girlfriends, if they get together, there's more power in that. So I don't think the tier 2 cities also, a tier 2 or tier 3 cities have that opportunity of being together. So I think as long as the women are together, they are going to be, finding their power and their inner strength. So that's my message, just girlfriends, stay together.
That's great. Coming to end, I have one last question for you. What are your key learnings from, your entrepreneurship journey of 1.5 or 2 years so far?
So the one learning is to survive as an entrepreneur, to do whatever it takes, And second, to take it also light in some way, to not add that extra pressure. So keep it as stress free as you can, and really be authentic and give your heart to your business or to your work. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And just take guidance, whenever is needed. So yeah, that's it.
All right, Ayushi, thank you for your insights.